Hey everyone, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how I paint my ceramic ornaments using acrylic paints. I did a bunch of them this year and I've been getting a lot of questions on social media how I made them. So I am going to show you my step-by-step process of how I create them. When painting your ornaments, the first thing that you want to do is you want to actually cover your ceramic ornament in gesso. I love the Liquid X gesso, and just so you guys know, all of the supplies will be listed underneath this YouTube tutorial, so you can totally just click on the links and get them that way if you'd like. There's different kinds of gessos, but I like to use Liquid X gesso. This is the one that I discovered when I was in high school, which is over 20 years ago. But I really love it, and this is important for prepping your surface. It primes your surface and it adds tooth to it. But especially these I got from Oriental Trading Co. And they have their name on the bottom of it, so it definitely, you want to cover it. Of course, you're going to cover it with paint too, but I really like to do a layer of gesso just to make sure that all my paint sticks very well. And you need to make sure that the layer of gesso dries for 24 hours. So I've already covered this in gesso because for time purposes, I didn't want to have to wait 24 hours to film, like between filming, but this has already been covered with gesso. So now the next step is you want to put your background color onto your ornament. I use a combination of paints. These I actually did a wall mural for, and so I had these golden acrylics left over. This is a really high quality paint, but I will say it's really thick and heavy, and sometimes it can take a lot of work to get it smoothly flowing on your brush. I did a series of corgi ornaments, and I did 15 ornaments with this paint, and my wrist hurt so bad. And after thinking about it, I think it's because this paint is so hard to move. So although I have these paints, I'm going to use them because I have them, but I don't recommend this style of golden acrylic. I recommend their fluid paints. And again, I'll put this underneath the YouTube video so that you know where to find the fluid paints. Another option, and a really inexpensive option, is the folk art paints. You can find these at Michael's. I'm sure they're on Amazon, and I'll link them as well. But these are really good paints. They have a matte finish typically, and they're great for ceramic painting. I think they're made to be painted on glass and ceramic, so they work really, really well. And this is what I'm going to be using to cover the base of this today. So after you have gessoed your ornament in a layer of gesso and let it dry for 24 hours, then you're going to come in and put your background color. And because this is obviously round, when I put it down, it kind of moves around. So what I like to do is use a little cup to hold my ornament while I paint. Now, I'm not going to do that right now because it's going to be weird with the video, but just so you guys know, since you're either working with a round or a strange shape, you want to make sure that you have something that you can put it in for it to dry until you can paint the other side. So I'm only going to paint around the top of this, and then I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to be able to paint the other side of it. There's really no method here. I'm just using this filbert brush. You can use any brush you want. I do recommend having something that's a little bit wider because it covers more space, but just make sure it's smooth. That is the most important thing here. You don't want to have big bubbles of paint because it's going to dry like that, and then you're going to have to paint over that. And just make sure it's nice and smooth. And again, this is a weird shape, so I'm going to have to let it dry before I can paint the other half, because I can't paint all this and then just put it down on my desk because it'll take the paint off. And this paint dries relatively quickly. And you'll notice with the ceramic ornaments, there's usually there's like a little bump right here. That's not from the paint, that's just the ceramic ornament, but that's okay because this is a hand-painted item and it's unique. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and paint the rest of this, and then we will move on to adding the florals. I know I explained this to you guys, but after the top dries, so I had it in here in this little cup like this, Then I have to paint the bottom, stick it back in here, and let it dry. And I just wanted to explain that because these can be a bit time consuming, and I see a lot of people charge only $35 for them. And I just want to say you do not have to charge that low for these. I was at Nordstrom's the other day and a ornament that was $35. So stop undercharging is all I have to say. Okay, so now I am going to paint this area that was not painted. I'm gonna let this dry. I'm actually gonna put another layer on this because I can see some of the bottom white coming through still. I'm not gonna show you that one, but just know that I'm going to have to put a second layer on this. Our next step is we are going to start painting our florals onto our ornament. Now, in case you forgot, we have covered this first with gesso, then we let the gesso dry for 24 hours. We covered it with our base layer. I actually put 2 base layers on here because the paint was not as thick as I wanted, so I needed to put 2 base layers to make it as opaque as possible. And now we're going to get to the fun part, which is the florals. When it comes to deciding what you are putting onto your ornament, I recommend getting as creative as possible. There are tons and tons of floral ornaments, but make them your own. There's so many ways to make them your own. For example, I did poppies on my ornaments this year because I hadn't seen that before. So choose a flower that is different. I mean, of course you can do the same flowers that you see, but I really encourage you not to copy other artists. Just do something that is unique, a floral that you like. And obviously your style is going to come through, so it's going to be you no matter what. We talked a little about this earlier, but I wanted to chat again about our paint. Now, I have all of this paint left over from a mural, like I said, but this is really thick paint, and it's really hard to work with. It takes a lot of time to get it to run smoothly, and if you're a beginner, I really don't recommend this heavy-bodied paint. Now, Golden Acrylics makes a fluid version of their paints, which are fantastic. I highly recommend those. Mine are actually supposed to arrive today in the mail, and I cannot wait because I'm really excited. But I did do all my ornaments with this paint originally. It's just a little bit harder to work with because it doesn't flow as easily. Now, a very inexpensive option is the folk art paints. I find mine at Michael's. I'm sure they're on Amazon, but these paints are a lot more fluid. They flow a lot easier, and a lot of them are made for craft projects like this. So I have a variety of paints here, and what I like to do before I get started, obviously I've decided I want to do orange California poppies on here. So decide what kind of florals you want to do, then decide your paint colors. And I like to mix up my colors first. So California poppies have a blue-green type of paint, a blue-green type of leaves. Obviously that is way too blue, but I'm just going in here and I'm mixing up my colors so they're ready to go when I'm ready to paint. Now, when you're mixing up your paints, I recommend choosing a little bit of a bigger brush, but I am going to be using a very small brush when I get into the details. This is totally up to you. You just want to make sure you have a brush with a really great tip. I have been doing a lot of very intricate ornaments. I have a whole line of corgi ornaments, so those are super intricate. So I like to use a 3/0 for those. I am going to start with this today, but feel free to use whatever makes sense for you. Okay, now that we have our paints mixed, we're just going to start painting. Since we're all painting different florals, it's hard for me to tell you exactly how to paint. But if you are doing poppies, just look at what poppies look like. They're these little tiny petals. And what I like to do is I like to vary what they look like. So maybe one is a side view, one is an open view, one is a little bud. And as you can see, this paint is very see-through, meaning I'm gonna have to do several layers to make this really look good. That's something to think about as well. The thicker paint is more opaque. Sometimes I'll even mix it with a little bit of white at first for my bottom layer so that it just makes it a little less transparent, and it makes me not have to work so hard to paint these little ornaments. So this is just your time to paint whatever you want on your ornaments. You can do just one side, you can go all the way around. If you are going all the way around, you want to plan a little bit. I think sometimes you could totally just wing it, but sometimes if you want it to kind of meet nicely in a nice seam, you want to plan a little bit. So maybe that means you have a cluster of an open face one that's on the side, and then a bud, and then a bunch of leaves, and then you flip that same kind of pattern on this side, and then you just do that all the way around. Another great thing is little fillers like dots or little small leaves or little small flowers can also be a great addition. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna paint this whole thing. All right, I have completely painted all of this. I had to put multiple layers on these. You can do this however you want. Some people just use one layer of paint and they kind of have that see-through look, or they use a more opaque paint. But I really like the look of using various shades and layers. So for example, the poppies, I started with the orange, then I mixed a little bit of yellow with the orange, and then I mixed a little bit of red with the orange. And there are 3 layers of color on these. That's just how I like to paint. This is actually an ornament for a friend, so she wanted her daughter's name on here, so I added that as well. Now what we need to do, and like I said in the very beginning, it's kind of a long process to do this. I have to let this dry for 24 hours, make sure the paint is completely dry, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna put a layer of varnish on it. Okay, let's talk about varnish. This actual video has taken me over 3 days because of the drying time for everything to make. So I am actually not going to wait for this to dry. I'm gonna let it dry, but I'm just gonna tell you what to do. So what you wanna do once that has dried for 24 hours. Now, if your paint is thicker, if you see like wetness or thickness, you might want to let it dry for several days before you put the varnish on. So make sure it's completely dry. And then I love using this varnish. I included the link underneath this video. This is Liquid X Acrylic Mediums. It's a matte varnish. I like matte. Matte is going to make sure it's not shiny at all. But if you like that shine, feel free to get the glossy version. For me, I find that when somebody's looking at an ornament, if it's shiny, sometimes it's hard to see those smaller details, but totally up to you. I like the matte one. I love this coat as well because it doesn't stink. My first ornaments I sprayed with spray paint. It was a clear coat and it stunk so bad. And it's just hard to know that you covered everything. So I highly recommend this. Now, when you use this varnish, you don't want to shake it a bunch. If you shake it a bunch, you're going to end up with a bunch of bubbles, and you do not want bubbles. I recommend just lightly going like this for about 10 times probably. No shaking, just kind of up and down so it gets mixed up. Then I'll show you guys what this looks like. It's a kind of creamy clear color. And when you paint this on, you want to make sure that it's nice and smooth and clear. If it's not clear, here, I'll give you an example really quick on another ornament that is kind of like a trash ornament. You want to put it on and make sure that, I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but it's just nice and smooth. If you left that like that, that will not dry clear because it's so layered. So make sure you just lightly brush it all over your ornament. And this is your first coat. I actually put 2 coats on mine, but you have to let them dry for 24 hours in between. I know, it's a lot. Of course, you don't have to do all of this, but it is just a way to make a really nice professional ornament. Then once you have let your varnish dry for 24 hours, it's ready to be sold, packaged up, however you'd like to do it. And I hope that you guys learned something from this. I hope it was helpful. Please let me know in the comments below. Also, if you have any questions, I'm super happy to answer them. Thanks for watching.